So we will look at the electromagnetic spectrum MCQs, their answers, strategies how to explain, strategies how to answer them. Question number 1 says, it is because, the microwaves, they can penetrate the atmosphere without a significant loss of energy. What if you don't know this? How do you reject A, C, and D? They have a longer wavelength than radio waves. No, they come after radio. Remember the phrase rugby match, micro comes after radio. So anything coming after has less wavelength than the previous wave. They travel faster than radio. No, they travel the warm the satellite. No. So B remains the only choice. Gamma rays are used in killing cancerous cells. They are not used in fluorescent or prenatal scanning or sunbeds because they are very dangerous for these applications. Number 3, microwaves. Number 4, let's see why we're rejecting A, B, and D. Gamma rays have a longer wavelength than UV? No. Gamma waves are shorter. IR have a lower frequency than radio? No. They come after radio. They have a larger frequency and shorter wavelength. And X-rays have a higher speed? No. They all travel with the speed of light. So the only choice left is C, and that is correct as well, because microwave have a longer wavelength than visible light because they come before visible light. So anything comes before should have longer wavelength than that one. Satellite TV uses microwaves. Let's see why we're rejecting A, B, and C. Microwaves are not used in detecting cracks because we use X-ray for this. Gaining a suntan, we use UV for this. And lightening a fluorescent tube, we use in lightening the fluorescent tube. I can't remember yet, but all three are rejected. And we are doing these questions after doing a good revision of the electromagnetic spectrum and the applications where they are used. Number 6 has the same value for X-ray. Is the speed? They all are different in frequency, wavelength, amplitude is not even consideration because amplitude can be different for anything, for any wave, and the speed is the only constant for electromagnetic spectrum waves. Number 7, this is the frequency range given. Cracks. We use X-rays for cracks, and here the trick is the frequency has been given in the increasing order, but here the frequency has been given in the decreasing order, right? And in the choice, the frequency is in the increasing order. So read it backwards. 1018 to 1022 means 1018 to 1022, which will be X-rays. And also it also means that gamma rays can also be used, but gamma rays, to produce gamma rays for X-ray for a crack is quite dangerous because they also do harmful things. X-rays are much less harmful than gamma rays, although they are harmful. They can be used easily. They can be generated easily. We have a lot of X-ray generators in use. V is equal to F lambda, the frequency, and V here will be the C. So C equals F lambda. So F is equal to C over lambda, which is A. Number 9. How many statements are correct? Okay, gamma rays are used in medical treatment. Yes. To kill cancerous cells. IR waves are used in sunbaths. No. UV. Microwaves used in satellite, yes. X-ray used in intruder alarms, no. So only two statements are correct. Which device uses UV? It is the sunbed. ROYGB. Remember that ROYGB. V is the last, V is the last, R is the first. So for the high frequency, it will be the last one. For the longer wavelength, it will be the first one. Well, red has a longer than blue because red appears before blue. It should have a longer wavelength. We can use microwaves in cooking vegetables. All three are not used. Microwaves are not used in these. We know that from our knowledge. Again, the speed is same for all EMS waves and wavelength. Red light has a greater wavelength because it is at the start of the light spectrum. Roy GB. V is the last one. So we will have a smaller wavelength than red. Fill in the boxes. Radio, micro, Roy, rugby match is infra. So R is infrared, and infrared is also used in TV controllers. Sterilizing is UV. UV is used to sterilize. Gamma rays and IR waves move with the speed of light. Why not the rest? Well, alpha and gamma are radioactive ones. IR and sound, well, IR does, but sound does not. And sound again, sound does not. So we reject C and D on the base of sound. We reject A on the base of alpha. Alpha is not electromagnetic spectrum wave, so it does not travel with the speed of light. They are actually particles. They are not even waves. Compared to the blue light in light spectrum, red light is slowed down less and reflected less. Why? Because it is the first one. Remember, when the light falls on a prism, it splits into 7, and the most reflected one will be the last, Roy GB violet. So Roy will be the least one. Roy means red. So it slows down less, and that's why it reflects less. They're both interconnected. Something that is slowing down less means it is reflecting less. Red or blue has the higher frequency. It is always the longer one, and the one that is coming in the last. So Roy G Biv B comes after red, has a higher frequency, and red has a longer wavelength. It's coming before B. Telephone signal microwaves. Correct dispersion of light. We follow the Roy G Biv, red, violet, violet, red, red, violet, violet, red. B and D are wrong. What is with A and C that makes C correct? Because the light is entering and it must disperse here and then here. It is double reflection. Here it is single, here it is double. That's why. So even if you're asked in P, well, leave it. I was going to say, even if you're asked to draw dispersion pattern, you have to draw it like this. You have to start splitting the rays here, and then it goes there. Sunbirds do not use IR. Why not these? Electric grill use IR to warm the food. Intruder alarm use IR to detect things. And TV is user of IR. The deviation angle is measured and the deviation angle increases from red to blue. So it should be this. So why not this? Because it's blue to red. That's why D should be the correct choice. Which wave is part? It is the light. The speed of the wave is this, and it is a transverse wave. That's why this is the electromagnetic spectrum wave. What is true for all EMS waves? They travel with the same speed, i.e. speed of light in vacuum. Why would reject this? They're not longitudinal. They can be seen. No, we can't see them. They have the same frequency in air. No, they have different. What is appearing at number 1? What are the numbered visible colors? 1, 2, 3, and 4. On 1 is red, select red. Reject first one. On the number 2, row A, orange. Select orange. Reject the second one. And then ROYG, select green. Number 4, B, select blue. So that's how you do this from your knowledge from the phrase I told you, Roy GB. Very useful phrase. Thank you.